Andrea, thank you very much. It's so evident that those remarks came from the heart, and I really think that that embodies the spirit of what Andrea and Helene had built at the Trust, and it's so great that the Trust is still under Andrea's leadership as she carries on this important work. I want to thank everybody for being here. Andrea and I had a little hug when she came up. I mean, it's so nice to be back in this world where we're in the same room and we can relate to each other as social beings. It's a gift that has been given back to us that we once took for granted. Today marks the 5th time that I have had the privilege of addressing the BJ's luncheon. Now, 2 of those years were COVID years, so I don't know whether to count them double or not count them at all. But in any event, this is number 5 for me. And 5 lunches ago, while recognizing the BJ's 95th anniversary, I laid out a vision for the BJ's drive to provide ever more benefit to the people of Illinois. This vision called on us to deepen partnerships in order to expand our reach and impact, to focus on statewide concerns, to leverage databases and other digital tools, to build authentic connections to communities, and to develop a BJA top policy team that can really get things done. Internally, we go blue just like Andrea did. We talk about it as getting S done. But please, that's off the record. Results from our 2022 show that our strategy is working. We earned the Pulitzer Prize this year for the first time in the BJ's history. That high honor recognized our powerful story about negligent oversight of fire safety in Chicago that led to 61 deaths. It could not have happened without a deeply integrated partnership with the Chicago Tribune. So that's our partnership strategy. Our statewide push led to production of our Milking Medicaid series. We uncovered how insurance industry behemoths delay and deny payments and put safety net hospitals and their patients at risk. Our database strategy, we have developed a database with Injustice Watch that shows revelations about injustice and inequity in the Cook County court systems. And after the BJ's month-long investigation into the city's broken promises at Cabrini Green, we hosted forums where community members gave voice to their pain and sought redress of righteous grievances. That's our community outreach strategy. Our policy team, meanwhile, had one of its most successful years. An ethics reform the past city council just weeks ago started as a draft from the BJ's policy analysts. And our focus on inefficiencies in city government and the evolving role of city council is influencing debate at City Hall. Keep your eye on this space for a policy initiative focused on greater transparency in Illinois courts. Can I have a round of applause for all of the people at the BJA who have accomplished this significant work over the last year? I am so proud and grateful to be working with such a committed team of professional journalists and policy people and all of those involved in community engagement and the support of our work. It's a great group, and we're getting some serious work done. But this is just the beginning. Early this year, we announced a $10 million commitment from the Robert R. McCormick Foundation toward an expansive new initiative, the Illinois Solutions Project. And I'm pleased to say McCormick didn't stop there. On Monday, the foundation committed to an additional $7.5 million over 3 years to Block Club Chicago, Capital News Illinois, Injustice Watch, and Northwestern University's School of Journalism. Let's show appreciation to our colleagues at McCormick who are with us today. And I want to congratulate our partners at Block Club, Capital News, Injustice Watch, and Medill for their success and know how tough it can be to land this kind of commitment. Congratulations. The McCormick Foundation is taking a systems approach to journalism investment, and the BJA is working in partnership with McCormick to make it happen. At the center of it all is a substantial new commitment we are making to solutions journalism. The most powerful investigative reporting exposes structural failings in government and society. Solutions journalism tells us a different kind of story. It applies the rigor of investigative reporting to prove what works. Combined, the two approaches can create a formula for impact. First, describe what's wrong. This illustrates the need for reform. Next, publish solutions reporting that casts light on the path toward better. Our Pulitzer Prize-winning project, The Failures Before the Fires, followed this sequence. We exposed the dangers created by the city's slumlord buildings. Then, in a solutions follow-up, our reporters detailed reforms from other cities that just might work in Chicago. Of course, the BJA cannot achieve optimum impact working strictly on our own. That's why I'm pleased to announce a new journalism brand that will serve as a showcase for the strongest investigative and solutions journalism in the state. We are calling it the Illinois Answers Project. And in case readers wonder, what does that mean? The words say it all. The subtitle says it all. Investigations, solutions, impact. This new website will feature all of the BJA's traditional investigative reporting, and it will be the first news site in Illinois and one of the first in the country defined by a constant commitment to solutions journalism. We have begun developing partnerships with other news organizations, some in this room and across the state, that can help us make this happen. We plan to amplify this work with other forms of digital content, newsletters, data visualization, and podcasts. And we'll engage residents across the state, as well as civic leaders and public officials, in reckoning with the challenges we face and possible paths toward positive change. Why do we call it Illinois Answers? All journalism is the search for truth, the search for answers. Reporters demand answers to questions about the failures of government and other problems. Solutions are answers too, and by identifying solutions, the Illinois Answers Project will provide readers, the community, and policymakers with blueprints for reform. Investigations, solutions, impact. This is what Illinois needs from the BJA and from other newsrooms in Chicago and across the state. The Better Government Association's legacy website will complement this work. We will pivot its focus to policy issues exclusively, and part of the mission will be to seek reforms flowing from the solutions journalism published on Illinois Answers. This policy-centric BJA website will be a return to our roots. The BJA got its start fighting corruption and advocating for reform. Only later, about 40 years later, did we add investigative reporting. If this all sounds ambitious, yes, it is, and my colleagues can tell you it's a little bit exhausting sometimes, but it's great work. We're having a great time. We won't accomplish it all overnight, but we are moving urgently because the need is so great. The McCormick Foundation investment will fund much of the effort, yet the scope of the project requires more. We will seek increased support from donors, from corporate sponsors, and from members. Their support will help us accomplish what we set out to do, what must be done for the health of our city and state. Economic disparities are at all-time highs. Corruption and violence are rampant. Inequities abound, and our state and local government lack resources to address them. In part, this is due to decades of fiscal mismanagement. A century ago, in the year leading up to the BJA's founding, a similar litany of troubles beset our city and state. Mob rule and corruption at City Hall, the economic disparities of the Gilded Age. And I've lost my page. Here we are. A wave of immigrants to the city, and a city ill-prepared to offer them comfort or opportunity. Right then and there, a group of people a lot like us, facing problems much like ours, decided to act. They were business and religious leaders. They were good government advocates and crusading journalists. A few government officials even joined in. Talks back then led to formation of the Better Government Association, and the BJA and our supporters have been fighting for better ever since. The need today is as great as it was back then. The resolve of the people in this room is just as powerful. By your presence here, you already have joined in the work at hand. With the resources at our disposal, a vision for better, a determination to make it happen, we can make a difference. Welcome to the fight to demand answers, to discover solutions, and to forge a better future for all the people of Illinois. Thank you very much.